All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chris, and today we have some very big news in terms of department stores. This is big. This is not small. This is big. It was literally just announced 15 minutes ago that the owner of Saks Fifth Avenue, which AKA is Hudson's Bay Company, is expected to now buy Neiman Marcus. The parent company of Saks Fifth Avenue sealed a deal of $2.65 billion to buy rival Neiman Marcus, according to people familiar with the matter, creating a powerhouse in luxury retailing that seeks to hang on to wealthy shoppers with a little help from Amazon.com. Probably the only really company that can breathe life into these department stores. The boards of both companies have approved the transaction, and an announcement could come as soon as this evening, the people said. The department store chains had been negotiating for months and had explored the combination of several times over the years. Both have struggled as some consumers spent less time on pricey goods and fashion brands opening their own flagship stores. The combined company would have a value of $10 billion in annual sales. The people said luxury behemoth Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton, which owns Channel Louis Vuitton. Amazon would take a minority stake in the new company, which will be called Saks Global, and it plans to provide with technology and logistical expertise. The people said Salesforce is another minority shareholder and would assist with the adoption of artificial intelligence. Saks already does business with tech companies, so the transition would help with existing partnerships. One of the people said Hudson's Bay Company, a holding which bought Saks in 2013, is financing a deal with $2 billion raised from existing investors. The people that this just includes different investors. So Mark Mitchett, chief executive of Saks E-commerce Business, will run the combined companies. People said the deal is a bet that the companies will be stronger together than they have been apart. Neiman, which had been owned by various private equity firms for years, filed for bankruptcy protection in 2020 and emerged later with less debt and new owners, including Pacific Investment Management Company, Davidson Kemper Capital Management, and Sixth Street Partners. The year later, Hudson's Bay Company brought Saks, the retailer, best $3 billion sales luxury goods. The merger also comes as the pressure of department stores, which intensifies in the face of sluggish sales. Lord & Taylor, which Hudson's Bay Company owned until 2019, filed for bankruptcy in 2020 and closed its retail locations the following year. It now operates online. Macy's is fending off at the luxury, and Saks and Neiman are dealing with suppliers that have gained significant clout over the years. When the two chains were founded more than a century ago, they introduced European luxury brands. These days, the brands increasingly call the shots. They sell direct to consumers on website. The richest person in the world. You know, as a combined force, Saks and Neiman would have a better chance of negotiating for more favorable with larger suppliers. There are no current plans to close the stores once the deal is completed. There are 39 Saks Fifth Avenue stores, 95 office stores. Saks.com is a separate business that is owned by Hudson's Bay Company. Neiman Marcus has 36 department stores, 2 Bergdorf Goodman stores in New York City, 5 last call discount stores. There are 8 malls that have both a Saks Fifth Avenue and a Neiman Marcus store, according to Green Street, a real estate firm. Hudson's Bay Company has had a history of investing in companies it buys. It has spent more than $500 million renovating Saks stores over the years, as well as an additional $500 million upgrading its technology and digital footprint. So there are a lot of red flags in this article. I know the merger is necessary because of the times. The times are pretty dire for department stores. But this will absolutely trigger some sort and some form of closings. I get it. But Neiman becoming part of Hudson's Bay is definitely a red flag. Just look at what happened with Lord and Taylor. I mean, there's no better example. But I think with Amazon stepping in, it definitely does help the dynamic and the situation because hey, these are some recognizable brands. I just hope that they try to differentiate themselves and they don't become like the same store. But I think it is smart that Amazon is stepping in. I think that'll definitely breathe some life into both of these stores. The only challenge I see with this deal is will it trigger Saks closings or Neiman's closings or vice versa. Could Saks put stores inside of Neiman Marcus? There's just a lot of variables and there's a lot of question marks. But this is definitely significant that these two brands are coming together. I mean, these are the two most prestigious, luxurious department stores within the United States of America, at least in terms of chains. So it should be interesting to see what happens with the two. I think what would be smart is hopefully they'll operate as two different department store type of chains. The $1 million question is, does the money coming in from Amazon help those two department stores? And then also you got to look at the aspect too, does it help with the existing malls? So that there's just a lot of big question marks in terms of this deal. But this is definitely some significant news and a significant development at that. So we shall see what happens. But this is the only article that's out, and now we're expected to have a video on this topic. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Link to the article will be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that will be it.